Today, Baba is telling us that if our intellect and our stage is weak, then it is because of wasteful thoughts. So, Baba says if the intellect or stage is weak, then the reason is wasteful thoughts. Now, what is the sign of a weak intellect? Or what is the sign of a weak stage? So you see that the intellect discerns, decides, and focuses primarily. So these are the primary functions of the intellect. So the intellect discerns, decides, and focuses. The intellect also has another important capacity, the capacity for willpower. Now, if I don't have enough willpower, if I don't have the power of determination, if I plan to do something, but I'm not able to execute it, that means that I have a weak intellect. So my intellect is weak. So you must know the reason is, of course, wasteful thoughts, but what are the signs? So the sign first is if the willpower is weak. Then second is if your focus of attention is not constant. So let's say you want to focus your intellect on or have Buddhi Yoga with Baba, but then there are distractions and your intellect wanders and you're not able to focus on Baba's remembrance, or you want to focus on anything. Let's say, I just want to focus on the Murli right now, and my intellect is wandering. And then, have you seen sometimes you read the Murli once, twice, thrice, and then you feel that all of it is not registering. So there are many points that you skip on the way. And that's because 100% focus is not there. So whatever you are doing, whether you are doing Karma Yoga or you are having yoga with Baba or you are trying to study the Murli, whatever you are doing, if you are trying to focus on something and there is distraction towards something else, that means that the intellect is weak. If you're not able to focus on what you want to focus on, let's say you are having some locking job and you are trying to focus on that job right now. You're just trying to do what you're meant to do for office work. And then you are not able to focus 100% on it. So that also is a sign of a weak intellect. Then discernment. Yes, so if you're not able to, so how do you know whether your discernment or decision was not perfect or okay? So when you have regrets and when you speak this language, if I had done this, then this wouldn't have happened. Or if I had made this choice, then I wouldn't be in this situation. So then that is the sign of a person who is not in Trikaldarshi stage, and that person is not discerning and deciding well for themselves. So do you know, maybe situations don't go your way. Yes, or maybe whatever you had hoped for doesn't turn out that way. That's okay. That's a scene in the drama. But if you have this thought that I made a bad choice, or I could have chosen better, or I could have done better. So that comes from a place of, regret that you didn't discern and decide well. And why did you not have that clarity to discern and decide well in that situation? Because your intellect was shrouded, or your intellect was um, influenced by something. So I'll just give you one example. So there was this one Mata, and she said that I went for a divorce. And then she said that, but I shouldn't have done that. So today I regret it. So I said, why do you regret it? So she said, because I think, I didn't use my power to tolerate enough, or I overreacted. I feel that I overreacted. And why do you overreact? So the simple reason is you are having waste thoughts. What is waste thoughts? So, you are thinking more than necessary. So every situation, every behavior, it commands some kind of thinking, right? So you have to think about the context you're in, or what you have to do, or what is the right thing to do in a certain situation. But then if you overthink it, then you will overreact. Because when you overthink something, then you are creating a hill out of a mole. So you are creating a hill out of something very little. So Baba says rui ka pahad. So rui or cotton is very soft, and but you make a hill out of it by overthinking about it. So Baba says that you need to understand that whenever you have regrets of this kind, that I could have chosen better, or I could have done better. Sometimes, things don't go your way, but you don't have any regrets. You understand that you did whatever you could and whatever was in your capacity. But then it didn't turn out the way you thought it would, and it's okay, because you cannot fight with drama. Drama is predestined. But if you are having, when you look back at a situation and you feel that I could have done this thing better, and you are able to see where you went wrong, so that means that your intellect did not work properly at the time you made decisions. And that is why a person who has a weak intellect, his life is full of bad decisions, but okay, that's one aspect of it. But his heart is full of guilt and shame and regret. And that is something that we don't want. So even if, the circumstances, the external circumstances are whatever they are predestined, it's okay. But then if my heart is eating me up, or if my heart is biting, and I feel that, I did what I shouldn't, or I did not do what I should, then that is an aspect of poor discernment and decision making. So Baba says that if you're not able to focus properly, if you're not able to discern properly, sometimes you're able to discern also, but not decide. So because you don't have willpower, so you are able to discern that, this is good for me, or I should do this, or you even create a timetable for yourself, or you create what should I do, how I should use my body, mind, and wealth. You create that plan also, but then you are not able to stick to that plan for your time, thought, energy, or body, mind, wealth, because the power of decision making is very less. And all of this is because of having wasteful thoughts. And you see, thought is power, and your intellect will have power when your thoughts are accurate. Your thoughts are not wasteful. Your thoughts are knowledgeful, purposeful, powerful. So whenever we are thinking about, so what is wasteful thought? So if you are thinking about things that are not in your control, that's wasteful thought. Or if you're thinking about things that Baba has asked you not to think about, the immediate past or the future, or Baba says think about the unlimited past and future, not the limited past and future. So, or don't think about others and their behaviors and situations. So all of that is wasteful thought, and this wasteful thought doesn't allow our intellect to be powerful. And that is why our life is full of so many regrets. And Baba says ultimately also the worst punishment that a soul will get is remorse and regret. So in the Murli, Baba many a times says that if you don't do what I ask you to do now, you will regret it later. Pashyatap or pachtawa, Baba says. But then you see, why is this regret such a big thing? Because the experience of regret is very burdensome, and when you carry that regret in your final moments, it's not a good idea. So that is why Baba says that you should do what you are supposed to do in a way you're supposed to do, and you should aim to not have regrets in your final moments. And for that, Baba tells us that we should create a powerful intellect by not engaging in wasteful thinking. And then Baba also talks about our stage. So Baba says, if your intellect is weak or your stage is weak. Now, what is a stage? So you see that our stage is practically where, so you see that in the world, when there is a play going on, then the actor is on the stage and everybody else is just an onlooker. And the quality of the stage, or the stage is where the act happens. So Baba also says that sometimes you are under the illusion that the basis of your actions is the context in which you are performing the action, or the people who are watching you act. But actually, your stage is where you perform your actions. And all your actions are coming from your stage. So if the stage of the soul is pure and Sato Pradhan, then all our actions are good actions resulting in credit, karmic credit. And if our stage is of Tamo Pradhanta, or our stage is of depletion, then all our actions are, weak actions or negative actions. So Baba says, is your stage weak or powerful? And just see what is your stage like. So what is the quality of your actions? So I was just thinking today, there are two tests for discerning what's your stage. One is when something in the external world happens, how affected are you? Because one of the qualities that your stage should have is it should be unshakable and immovable. So if you are shaken up and moved by everything that's happening outside, then it is not a good stage. It will be called a weak stage. And second is not just when you are unshaken or unmoved by what's happening outside, but what is your stage of from which you act? So are your actions stemming from So today Baba also talks about having this awareness that I am the bestower soul. So are your actions coming from a place of self realization, a place of benevolence, a place of realization that you are the world benefactor? Or are your actions coming from a weak stage where you think that you are the one who needs to be, who needs to receive everything from everybody? So, are you coming from the stage of a beggar or a giver? So, all these things determine your stage. So, from where are you performing your actions? What is there in your heart? What are your intentions? What is your seat of self honor? Are your actions coming from a place of realization that you are the master bestower, you are the master world benefactor, you are the giver soul? Or are they coming from a weak place? And whether you are influenced and disturbed by external circumstances, or you stay stable and unmoved, these are the signs of what your stage is like. Yes, so just see where is your thought, word, and act stemming from. Is it stemming from complaint, criticism, or is it coming from a place of benefiting everybody, or is it coming from a place of realization that you are the angel that the world is waiting for? So Baba says these are the signs of a weak and powerful stage. And if your stage is weak, it is because of wasteful thoughts. So if you think about, if you engage in swachintan or swadarshan, and you keep engaging your mind and intellect in thinking about your qualities, thinking about the truth that you are actually the master in all of Baba's qualities, then your stage will become powerful because you are reminding yourself, you are reaffirming of who you are. And then, if you're just thinking about things that are not in your control, then you are creating what we call learned helplessness. So, do you know what is learned helplessness? So, if you always keep thinking about things that are not in your control, then you start feeling that you are this person who has nothing in their control. And then you start giving up on even those aspects on which you could do something. So, this is learned helplessness. So, we are not taking responsibility of even the actions that are completely in our control, because we are always engaging in thinking about things that are not in our control. So let's say all day you are watching news and you are thinking about, this happened in this part of the world and this part of the country, and then you keep creating this thought, oh, but what can I do about it? I can't, that is not my area of operation. I can't do anything about it. And then slowly, gradually, when you are consuming your mind with so much of thinking about things that are not in your control, then what happens is, even about things that are in your control, you start saying, but what can I do about it? These days, what are people saying? I can't control my mind. I can't control what I do, what I speak. And this is all because of learned helplessness. So Baba says that don't create wasteful thoughts. Don't see anything that doesn't, seeing, listening, reading, anything that is not about your own progress, not contributing to self progress, or engaging in thoughts about others and about matters of the world which you can do nothing about. All this is wasteful thinking, or thinking about the limited past and bringing those memories back and suffering, or just having regrets or something. All of this is wasteful thought, draining our energy. And this is why our stage and our intellect are not working properly. So eliminate the wasteful thoughts in your life and create a powerful stage and a powerful intellect. So this is first thing. Second thing, Baba today. So Baba speaks about many things today, but primarily Baba speaks about his Shrimat, which we are getting at this time. And Baba says, many people in the world, when they are talking to somebody, they say, may God give you directions. Yes, so I just hope and pray that you receive some wisdom from God, or God should guide you, or God should show you the way. And Baba says, but those people have no idea that God actually comes and gives directions. And we are the fortunate children who are receiving God's directions. And Baba says that, just like, have you seen those toys in which you have to wound the key? So we call in Hindi chabi bharna. So, you just wound the key. So it's like a spiral movement inside. And then when the key works, then, the toy moves. And when the wounded key is, the wound is over, then the toy comes to a standstill. So today Baba is talking about we children as toys. And Baba says this body is like a toy, and you, the soul, are the key. And I come and give you the power. I fill the toy with that wounded key, and it lasts for 5,000 years. But now again you have to refill it. And this, Baba says, can be done through when you follow my directions. And Baba says, not everybody understands my directions equally. So everybody is number wise. So we take Baba's directions in according to our own capacity. But Baba says anybody who takes my directions will change from a human to a deity. And Baba says my primary direction is you consider yourself to be a soul and remember me. And Baba says when you consider yourself to be a soul, you will be fearless. Yes, so have you become fearless? Yes. So Baba says the soul has nothing to fear. What are you afraid about? Yes, so just think about the truth of the soul. The truth of the soul is so freeing from fear, because the soul is untouched by any matters of the world. So the 5 elements of the world can't touch the soul. Death can't touch the soul. So, no words, no sound, no sights, no events can get to the soul until and unless the soul is body conscious. So when the soul is pure, then nothing can affect the soul, and nothing can take away anything from the soul. So can anybody take away your peace or happiness or power if you don't allow them to? So if you are in soul consciousness and you know that it is your power, then nobody can take away anything from you. Even if you lose the body, then also you get a new one. So Baba says there is no fear per se, practically there is no fear for the soul. And I remember when I came to Gyan, then one of the first things that I heard was somebody can speak badly to you, somebody can do something to hurt you, somebody can, beat you with a stick also, but nobody can take away your peace and happiness. And when I first heard it, I found it very hard to believe that my peace and happiness can be protected despite all these things happening. But slowly, gradually, when I started practicing that I'm a soul and I'm actually immune to any events of this body and this physical world, until and unless I choose to think about it, I choose to focus my attention on it. So it is through my mind and buddhi that I think about situations and behaviors and events, and I focus on them, and it is only then that they affect me. And when I started practicing that I'm just the seed, this eternal, imperishable seed, and do you know that as a soul, my whole fortune is recorded in me. Yes, and nobody and my fortune revealing itself depends on my karma. So nobody can take away my fortune. Yes, there is so much fear. So, there was this one Mata, and she said that I'm afraid that my husband will leave me and marry another woman. So I said, but why are you afraid? So she said, but because I am seeing some signs that my husband is going to do that. So I told her that nobody can do anything to you until and unless it is in your destiny. And if it is there in your destiny, nobody can stop it. And if it is not there in your drama, then nobody can make it happen. So you must understand that you don't have to fear anyone or anything, because your part is already prefixed. So never think that if this happens, then this can happen or that can happen. Whatever has to happen will happen anyway. And whatever doesn't have to happen will not happen anyway. So there is absolutely no reason for fear. There is no reason for fear. There is no reason for fear of death. There is no reason for fear of anything that you are afraid of. This shouldn't happen like that, or this shouldn't happen like this. And you can only make the effort that you can. And how do you make the best effort? By keeping your effort in the lines of Srimad. So you do what you have to do in the context that you're doing it, but never cross the line of Srimad. And when you're making the best effort in the line of Srimad, so just like, in the story of Ramayana, we hear that Shri Lakshmanji drew a line for Sita so that Ravan doesn't take her away. So that line is Srimad. And Baba has given us the Srimad. So Baba says you have a physical context, a social context, a context of the Brahmin family, a context of, the office or workplace. You do everything in every context. All through the day, you will be playing your part in different contexts with different co-actors. But just remember one thing, never cross the line of Srimad. If Baba has said, don't see defects in anybody, don't see defects in anybody. Whether it is in the workplace, whether it is at home, whether it is, in seva, in any context, just remember that I don't have to see defects. Or if Baba has said that, just remember me while doing everything, be a karma yogi, then whatever you're doing, social work, you're doing spiritual work, you're doing mundane work of karmic settlement, just be in Baba's remembrance. And Baba says, when you do everything in the within the boundaries of Srimad, then you don't have to be afraid of anything, because then whatever is in the drama, whatever is the best possible in your drama is going to unfold anyway. And Baba says that fear, if you do anything with fear, then one of the directions that Baba has given is don't do anything out of fear, because if the seed is fear, then the fruit will always be a situation which will make you more fearful. You cannot do something out of fear and expect it to make you fearless. So, sometimes you do something and you think that this will make me, this will relieve me of the fear. But no, if you're acting out of fear, then you will be in more fear tomorrow. These are the laws that Baba has given me. For example, if I tell a lie today because I'm afraid, then this lie is going to give me more reason to be afraid tomorrow. It is not going to relieve me of being afraid. So Baba says that there is no fear for a soul. If you're soul conscious, what is soul conscious? Knowing that you are eternal and imperishable, and knowing that you have your own predestined part pre-recorded in you and nobody can change it. If you have this realization and you operate with this realization, then Baba says that you will be what is called a fearless soul. And when you're fearless, when you're soul conscious, and when you're not body conscious, not thinking about the matters of the world, then you can remember Baba. And Baba says, only those who remember me will burn their sins and become deities in heaven. And Baba also clarifies one important point today. Baba says that people say that people talk about God as the jewel merchant, Ratnagar. And then they think that God gives us jewels, physical jewels. But Baba says the jewels that I give you are the jewels of knowledge. And it is through these jewels that you become the King of Kings. It is not some physical jewels that I give you. I don't give you diamonds and pearls. I give you these jewels of knowledge. And you have to adorn the soul with these jewels of knowledge. And then when you do that, then you will become the adorned deity in Satyug. Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do. 1 second. Yes, please.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Today Baba talks about soul as a key and body as a puppet. And it reminded me of one old song of Amitabh Bachchan. जितनी चाबी भरी राम ने उतना चले खिलौना.
Right.
And main thing is not looking back. When we are moving forward, we have to shift our focus more and more here only. Our time, thought and energy, our heart.
Yes.
This is what I understood today.
Okay, thank you.
Om Shanti.
Anybody else wants to share anything? No. Okay then, Om Shanti.